Hey, excuse how I look. I'm working through a cold, um, and it's getting better. And I had a thought, um, and my thought is, if you come to me or someone that you value their opinion, you value their life experiences, whatever it may be, um, hopefully you're around people that are going to share truth with you or share the value of their wisdom or life experiences. But what I will say for me personally, I will always ask, am I just listening or am I offering some type of advice or an opinion or something from my experiences? Now, if you say, hey, I'd like your experience on this or I'd like your advice, then do not expect me to sugarcoat that, right? I'm not that type of confidant, friend, associate, whatever you consider me in your life, or coach. I'm going to give you the truth. I don't have time to sugarcoat the answers to make you feel good. Now, I will offer empathy. I'm able to put myself in your shoes for the most part. I'm able to offer sympathy um, or just a listening ear, like I said. But what I cannot offer you as we go into this whole 2025 is sugar-coated answers to make you feel good about either your coping mechanisms or doing something that I know is enabling you to stay in a bad place. I'm going to give you the truth, right? So expect the truth from me. And if you have, real ones around you, you should expect the truth from them. I think that in our society today, we must get resilient enough to be able to accept truth, right? Accept truth to become a better people. If we're unable to accept truth, we are never going to be a free people. And I think about this whole United States of America, and I don't even know why I'm going here, but we will never be free until we accept the truth of how this country was built. When we accept that truth and we're able to vocalize that, freedom will come in waves for people, right? But I realize that that's a lot of steps and that's a lot of truth to swallow. And so it is in life. Until you're able to accept truth, you're just kind of living in this place of surviving and survival mode. And the only thing you can do in survival mode is cope. You can't really thrive. You can't really be at the top of your game. You can't really see what's best on the horizon or visualize what's best for your life on the horizon because you're just in survival mode, you know? And I want those that are around me, even myself, first and foremost, taking my own advice. I ask God, put me in a place where I can accept truth. Because if I can accept truth, then freedom can flow in my life. True freedom, liberty. And when we are free, my God, today, we can not only pour into others, just the simple fact that we are free for freedom's sake, to be free. That's how God designed it. He said, I want you to be free for freedom's sake. That's it. That's all, period. I just want you to be free, right? It doesn't have to have a bunch of stuff attached to it. I want you free because of this or that. No, I just simply want you free because that's how I designed you. That's how I designed this world for you. So be around people in 2025 that you are okay with them speaking truth to you, into your life, and over you, right? And not necessarily, I don't mean like their experiences have to be your experiences. I don't mean that. I'm saying that if their experiences can offer you some type of wisdom and you can learn from that and maybe apply it to your life and walk it out on a daily basis, accept that truth, right? Because you don't want to be locked in 2025 because you cannot hear truth. Our our spiritual ear should develop a frequency for truth. Where we hear truth, we know truth, we're like, okay, that's truth. And even though I might not be in a place to receive it, um, I'm gonna put it on the shelf because ultimately I know I'm gonna need it and I'm gonna receive it and I'm gonna act upon it and I'm gonna practice it so that I can see liberty in my life. Because let's be honest, sometimes truth is hard to receive, particularly when it's about ourselves or our cycles. Things we've been doing for a long time that are just not beneficial to us. We've been coping. And I know that for me, I know God doesn't want you coping all the time. He wants you conquering. Um, so he wants you to move from coping to conquering, right? Conquering whatever it is that's stifling you from that liberty or from that freedom. So I just wanted to share that today. I pray in 2025 you move from coping to conquering, um, because that's how God wants it. He wants that goodness for you, okay? Um, and you may have another faith. I am of the Christian faith, and so when I say God, I mean Jesus. And you may have another faith, um, but I do know that God wants us to move from coping to conquering. So be around truth in 2025. Pray and ask God to condition you to be able to receive truth and then apply that truth. Act out on that truth, not only for yourself, but in your decisions, your connections, those that you will choose to be around in 2025. Coping. Go from coping to conquering. I'll talk to you soon.